sports betting should be your side hustle. Welcome to Juice Bets. My name is Trevor. Today we're starting off a brand new series for new sports bettors and why they should get into it, going over tons of tips and tricks, how you should get started, where you should get started, and everything kind of definitely revolves around plus EV betting with OddsJam. OddsJam is a software that compiles odds from all the sports books in the world and helps you find profitable bets. So if you are interested in getting started with OddsJam, watch this series and you can use our link below to get 30 days money back guarantee. So you can try it out for free. And if you don't like it, no worries. But yeah, this series is going to be going over how you can implement plus EV betting with OddsJam into your day-to-day routine, how you can use it while you're pursuing your career as a nice side hustle, and also kind of manage it with your hobbies as well, because this is a side hustle that takes some time, but not very much. You don't need any skill or expertise, but it takes a bit of time every day. I'll go over, everything on how to sort of be able to do this, seamlessly and profitably. So today we're going to start off with why sports betting should be your side hustle. What are the benefits of this and why I think it is the best side hustle that you can have. So number one, and this is for me or any other Canadians, that it's tax-free, right? This is a side hustle that can produce tax-free gains and a source of income from gambling, right? And so that is super lucrative when it comes to a side hustle, because if you're doing another side hustle that you're making $20,000 a year on, you're going to be taxed on that and you're going to lose half of it basically, right? Whereas with this, you're not being taxed. So even if you make $10,000 off of plus EV betting in a year, you're actually going to come home with just as much as if you were to be taxed on $20,000. So that's the number one, is that it's tax-free. Enough said there. Number two is that it involves sports, which for me is fun. It's an interest of mine. I like to stay up to date. I like to be in this community. Our Twitter, which will be linked below, we got tons of awesome sports bettors and friends in there. And so it's a fun community to be a part of, which is just a nice little benefit of it as well. Number three is that it's based on math, right? So you can kind of anticipate and see your edge, meaning, my profit margin per wager here, as you can see, is 6.63%. And so that means that, if my stake is about at 100,000, right? And so if I can get that to 1 million this year, we can anticipate, let's say that it stays at a 6% profit margin, which is relatively high, but let's say it stays there. That means that I can anticipate to get to $60,000 in profit this year, if I can get to that $1 million threshold. So, it depends on volume and all of that. But so I like that it's based on math. You can kind of see, where you're going to be. And also that there's really, this is number four actually, is that there's a lack of speculation, right? We're not investing in crypto. We're not buying stocks. We're not creating a startup side hustle that we're speculating this market is going to evolve into something. This is strictly arbitrage based off of math and having a process, right? And so that is another benefit of this, is that we're not relying on speculation. And number five, we're not relying on others, right? This isn't a business, or we're not relying on people within our business, like employees or partners or anything. We're not relying on the market. We're not relying on customers and demand. This is strictly, something that we can do on our own. Obviously, we have friends. We have a community that can help us, and we can work through things with them. But in general, this is on our own, arbitraging, finding value using math, right? And so it removes a lot of the other variables. And finally, there really aren't any skills that you need. I mean, anyone can get into this with a little bit of research, a little bit of learning, which you can do in this entire series here on YouTube. You're really only putting in just your time per day. Obviously, you need to be fast. You need to be active. You need to be, kind of knowing what you're doing. But that will take some time, and you can get used to it very quickly. So that's the last point that I'll have here. Number 6 is that you don't need any skills, and really you just need to put in a little bit of time and effort per day, and just be on top of things. And I think a lot of people can do that. So that's it. That's the first video here in this series on why you should get started. Hopefully this has, you've kind of understood, okay, this is something that, I want to get into. This is lucrative, and there are a lot of pros here. So stay tuned for the next video. In this entire series, we'll go over everything you need to know, plus EV sports betting. So we'll see you soon.